everybody. We are hopping on today, and I will be joined by Elsa here in a little bit. It's going to be exciting. We haven't announced our topic, and I'll wait for her to come on to announce it. But I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be an in-depth topic. It is going to be about business. And not necessarily about animals, like some people have guessed, which will be fun. But, yeah. I hope everybody is having a great Christmas if you celebrate that, winter solstice if you celebrate that. I know I'm here in Oklahoma and we don't get any snow, but it is cold. It is that lovely time of year to just rest and go inwards, so it's been really lovely. Just want to check and make sure I'm not missing any invites. Here we go. You think I clicked it? No, maybe. I always hit the button and then it never likes that I hit the button. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Not too shabby. It's
Nice.
yeah, it was a busy week, so it's nice to have a calming weekend.
I know there was some astrology stuff happening, but it's a week.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. It just was that was unlike my normal week.
Yes. Yeah, you didn't hate it. You weren't dredging it to be over or anything like that, but it was just off.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
went by really fast. But it slingshotted. It started slow and then it was over. Also, thank you, Jen. Yeah, they new bangs.
Yeah.
So I had to head down to Bangtown for the winter and see how that goes. I had the same haircut for 10 years, over 10 years, and I was like, I gotta switch it up. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah. Yeah. It's about that time. I'm considering chopping off maybe 6 to 8 inches of mine. Yeah, but it feels like that's where you know the old is at, and we just need to
and just lay it to rest. Thank you and goodbye.
Yes.
Moving on. Yeah.
Yes.
I do a lot of magic. That's a big part of my self that I like to help and support people with. And there's a lot more to hair, especially energetically, than we're aware of and give it credit for and stuff. And we can easily draw from the emotional catharsis of a haircut, a dye job, and things when we're all right, life, I need to change. But it's but there's a lot more that goes
I imagine.
Which I know that's what this live is about, but we could definitely talk about it sometime.
Yeah, we could totally do a live on that. So before we start, do you want to just introduce my audience to who you are a little bit?
Yeah, I'd love to. Hello, Crowfire Healing audience. Crowfire Healing, right? That's what. Next. All right. Hello, audience. My name is Elsa Janney. I live over in Montana, and I'm a being of human origins. Not human origins, but of human incarnation.
We can speak all woo-woo. Nothing's off with it. Just...
I figured. Yeah. Yeah. But within this incarnation, I just love to explore the potential and possibility of everything. Singing and unseen, in and out and everything in between. By label standards, I'm a healer, I'm a witch, animal communicator, horse trainer, quantum healer, Akashic Records reader and teacher, all of the above, hair magician, if you will, and stuff. And I've got a herd of horses and a pack of dogs here at home, and it's just a really special place to be. And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited. This is going to be so great. We have a lot of similarities, and there's a lot I can learn from you, and I can't wait to share this with our audience. So to that, I put a poll out. I don't know if you saw. I put a poll out, and a few people guessed on what our topic was.
Yeah. What did they say?
They thought we were going to talk about horses.
we can.
Shocker.
We should
I'm
talk about that.
yeah. I'm sure the horses will pop in and want to say something. I'm sure for absolutely, but we're gonna shock everybody, and we're gonna talk about the lack of clarity and confusion we can have around adding a multi-level marketing aspect into our lives and our business.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard that, but my dog groaned.
That, like, I'm hoping that's like a good, like that nice, like, oh, gutter will grow,
Yeah.
need to make more noise
Yeah.
beings like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great.
They're both settling in for their nap, thank goodness. So anyways,
Mm-hmm.
where do you want to start with that? I think that's exciting and something I think we're both working with right now, adding this,
Mm-hmm.
multi-level marketing into our business and lives and trying to find that authentic voice to share and how we do it. So what are your thoughts? How do you feel about it right now?
So what I want to start with is my background in network and multi-level marketing is back. I was in aesthetic school in 2015. I mean, I knew what Amway was growing up. My parents like use Amway products. It's still like the only like laundry detergent I can use on my skin. It's like an Amway one. And then like, heard of Mary Kay and all those things and stuff. But I got actually like was in doTERRA for a while, had a couple parties, all these things and stuff, and immediately getting into it was so excited. I loved the oils; they were fantastic, and stuff. But just the palpable and like sensory present shame that was there was really like not only that I immediately acknowledged myself expressing when I would share it with people, even as an esthetician, like in skincare, in health and wellness. And stuff really just like all of a sudden like felt like I had just like walked through this like cloud of shame and was just like in it and like interacting in this like shame space. And then it never made any money, didn't work, had a lot of inventory, never moved it, all of the above. And then when I got into Trinant, also at that time, it's 9 years later, and Carol Tatro, Blue Thunderbird Woman, presents to me Trinant as an opportunity, and I'm like, it's not a yes.
Yeah.
It definitely is this amazing full-bodied yes in that moment.
Yeah.
And though I really had this huge sense, not even sense, just like the way I experienced it was once I said yes, like I slammed myself in a door, was like, nope, I'm going to hide in this closet now. And in this closet, there is this void of amazing, abundant potential and possibility. And also me interacting with these products and having incredible results. I was having some pretty intense health at the time, and they were making a huge difference. But because I had locked myself in this closet of like, yes, like I'm in it, I said yes, but will I tell a single fucking soul that I do this? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely not. No. And especially, being in the horse world, even too, my mindset would go to, well, I see that this would really help horse people, but it's not for their horses, so they won't buy it. And so I'm in this void of yes. I've said yes. I've said, so there's this partial commitment. And even, meeting Jen and Amy and some of our other, amazing team members, seeing them start to flow with it, but me still sitting there in that void of like, yeah, I see it's possible, but I still haven't like come out of the network marketing closet, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I do this, it's okay, because also as a horse person, horses are fucking expensive.
Very.
They are. Like today, I just, let's see, 75 plus my herbs that showed up. Like I spent, well over $150 on horses in the last couple of days, which, by some people, not a lot, but also a lot of gas, all the things. And what I really like about Trinant, though, that I still am sitting in my beautiful closet of, yes, I'm like, girl, come out, but I see the why, I'm doing things, is it actually gives me a separation. Like it has nothing to do with them, but it's for me. Because if I'm not taken care of, they won't be taken care of. And it actually, because, as, a more conscientious, like sovereign, magical horse guardian, if you will, very aware of their needs, wants as a physical, mental, emotional, and soulful being. I don't want them to always have to be the ones giving me business ideas, telling me how to make my money. It's like, no, like that's part of this, like my role in the relationship is to make money, and I can do with this thing with Trot that they're not even a part of, and that actually creates a really palpable sense of ease and relief that I could interact with would I come out of this voided closet.
Yeah. Yeah. There is so much, and it is so sad. There is so much shame around doing network marketing, and people automatically love to throw the word multi-level marketing in it, and then pyramid scheme. Yeah, right behind it, right? And it's such a shame that some companies out there who have tried to do this style of business have like just gone horribly wrong. And that's of course what you see over the news, right? Like that's all you see. And I have a similar background with it with you. I dabbled in some, Mary Kay and doTERRA, and the same. Love the products, except for maybe Mary Kay, not quite
No,
my cup. But
nothing against them, just not for me.
That was my first taste of, the beauty side of natural care needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, and I worked with doTERRA for a while, and yeah, but there was a lot of push to constantly get an associate. Like if you weren't getting people to do the business with you, you yourself weren't making money.
Yeah.
And that's where I think for me, it kind of gives me a like icky taste in my mouth. Because it takes your voice, your authenticity off the table along with it, right? Because like anybody
You're
who
also giving,
walks, you have to invite.
yeah,
That's the odds.
yeah.
But yeah, such a crazy topic. And then yeah, for me, it's one of those things where it's like it's not my product. It's not
Yep.
my something that I birthed into being. So it's also a little more awkward to talk about because you might know it and I've experienced it and I have great success with it. One of my biggest things is like caffeine or coffee. It always makes me tired. But how they do Mojo with the Brazilian coffee, like I actually get an increase in energy, you know? So even though I've had like great like success with it, if it's not mine. I didn't birth it. I didn't design it. I didn't source the material. So it's like how do I talk about it? Like there is that disconnect
Yeah.
with it to a degree that's not
Mm-hmm.
that you have to find for me.
I really like that because that's actually one of the things where, like, if it's a product that I have no association with,
Mm-hmm.
other than I've tried it and I actually believe in it, I'll absolutely share. But if it's like that confidence piece of like, oh, even if it's something I did create, if it's like, one of my healing services or or healing, offers or something, or hey, like look at this animal communication I do, I'm like, I have to share that with somebody. Shit, that's really hard. And even with Trinot, it's like I want to share this, but shit, I'm gonna be making money on that. Like the resistance to me helping somebody and getting anything and monetarily in return. That's where I get my heart twists a little bit.
Yeah.
And so those stories of, money being a part of the equation
Mm-hmm.
coming in.
Yeah. Our money stores, as we say, always come up to rear their ugly head.
Okay. Yeah.
All the
So,
time. Yeah. And sometimes I wish that like money was never part of the equation at all
mhm.
in our society. Like to a degree, I wish we could literally just be able to share what needs to be shared with those that are in need, and it just be that, right? And then we get our return back by others sharing back and forth, and then there's no money with it.
Mhm. Yeah.
But that will also never work in our society.
It's like, because I used to like think that way too, and I've recently been doing a lot more like abundance reclamation and just like recalibration in my body, and it's been fun to be like, okay, like new earth as you are quiescing and evolving into this new space of literally a, well documented, like higher frequency, established frequency. Like, will the institution, or what, because it will, but what will the institution of money become? Because as of now, there's the scales, the value, the quantifiable, linear expression of it. And I'm just, at this point, rather than like, oh, I wish it was this, I'm like, I am just so curious to see what the evolution of the establishment of money and wealth and abundance and opulence becomes.
Yeah.
Because part of the new earth too is reestablish, well, not the part, one of the main functions of the new earth will be reconnecting to nature. And nature in and of itself is highly abundant, highly affluent in its property. And I'm just so curious to see how our human rejection of nature will then reflect once we return to it. Via money, our tech, our science, our all of the things, our hierarchies that we've created that just exist outside the capacity of an ecosystem. I guess we return to ecosystem, like, what will it be? And so that's very exciting. And even like bringing that back to like, for not and the opportunity for that, it's like, and again, like when we look at like network marketing or pyramid schemes or things like that, where like the visual that is clearly created to us is this like ladder, and you're always going to be somebody, and that sucks. But why does it suck to be under somebody if I'm actually supporting them, knowing that I'm not unsupported myself?
Oh yeah, that's big.
Where was the period at the end of that sentence saying I'm under somebody?
Me.
When how about I'm also under people, it's not even under either. Just being able to step back from that like viewpoint, vantage point, and just give yourself a greater scope of awareness of like what that is. And what also has potential to experience like.
Well, I think for those of us who have a similar background as you and I, perhaps there's a component of like we've entered under someone, right? And we recognize we're supporting them, and we look forward to that same return of support underneath us, and it never quite happens. I think that's where it's like
that like the disappointment, the I want to say like the lack of harmony in support, and the lack of balance of support. That was like I definitely remember that, of just being like, here's like the keys to a Camaro if you want it to be a Camaro. Otherwise, it's like a shitty rusty trike with training wheels. Like, but it's up to you. But I'm not going to tell you how to get either one. Like, go have fun. Where like this has nothing to do with like a mode of transportation. It's more of like, you allow it, but also the support that we have with our team. It is more of like a depth of expression of being. Like I can be on a call with you, Carol, Jen, Amy, whomever, and like feel incredibly authentic because I know I'm seen and received, even if I'm in like a shitty downward money spiral. Or if I'm feeling like really good and vibing and jiving that day. Like I know that there's still like I'm being received as I am. Not that, oh, but you can make a sale this way. Like I'm a human first, and this is a business second.
I so feel that, and I think it speaks volumes to the community that you surround yourself, the type of women you surround yourself when it comes to just life in general, because you can be in a different pool and not get that at all, and someone else may get that from that pool, but you won't. And if you find your tribe over here, you're gonna find that support, and I think that's just massively huge component too. Not only that, but none of the women that we're in partnership with this like have any attachment to our outcome. Like they aren't forcing anything that we don't want onto us. And we are allowed to say, hey, I want to hit this. And they're like, go. Even if this is like in comparison to them, like a big difference, they're cheering you on for your milestone that you want. And I think that's so helpful.
And even like our value of friendship is not based on how much money we're making or how hard we're working in the business. That really speaks volumes to me. Like, that's definitely one of my sisterhood wounds I've had, is like, well, what do I bring to the table? And if it's
Mm-hmm.
not, if it's not for them, then like I don't get to be at their table, and so friendship's over. And it's like, oh fuck. Whereas this, like, it's not there. Like, it's only like enhanced like the richness of my life of friendships.
Yeah.
And just getting to meet these really incredible, special people. And I'm like trying to like also get back to like confusion and the clarity. But this is all like speaking to
Yeah.
that though, because like like entering into anything new, there's going to be the growing pains, the learning curves, all that jazz and whatnot. But I actually kind of almost like, because everything we've spoken to kind of fits into
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, that's confusing. I'm unclear because we're feeling all the things. But I'm also curious where the both of us are at in like, all right, like for me, I'm like calling it my like yes closet. And even today, I was like, or my mom and I were driving, and I was like, I really want to come out of the closet, but like, but like, how would that look for me to like
Yeah.
say, I work with Trinot. Yeah, it's a network marketing company. Yeah, with all these amazing fucking women, and maybe that's how I'm supposed to say it. Maybe that's my goodness. Um, but just like that'd be like, how do you like? Where are you at right now with like you're sharing? You're also doing this live. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Well done. The lives you've been doing. But like, how are you feeling? Actually starting to not only say yes and I'm committed to it, but now I'm actually embodying and enacting it.
Mm-hmm.
There's energy happening, not just potentially.
Yeah. Oh, great question. Yeah. And, coming into this live, I didn't do a whole lot of pondering because I wanted everything to come naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm at the point in a variety of areas of my life where I'm just like, fuck it.
Nice.
Fuck it.
Yep.
And I'm getting to the point where it's like I don't care anymore. Like I care for people, but I don't care about their attachments to what they think I should be doing.
Yeah.
It is what I mean by I don't care. Like
Yep.
you are allowed to have your own opinion. Go for it.
Yep.
I get
Yep.
to choose not to listen.
Yes. Yeah. That's like my reference to that is always like, I absolutely care. I have all the fucks to give.
Yeah.
I like 100% care about people and what they think of me because I influence them no matter what. That's quantum physics for you.
Mm-hmm.
But their thoughts of me and what they think of me, though, does not directly affect how I live my life.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of
Course I care what people think of me.
course.
Absolutely.
We're human. Like
But do they think
we're
of me?
human.
Yeah. But what their thoughts of me do not change who I decide I am.
Yes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's that whole witchy teaching, do no harm,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that just goes back basically you can do whatever you want to do in life as
Yeah.
long as you are not doing harm to the planet, to animals, to yourself, or to other people. And I think that's like the top tier. And
Yeah.
I think that's something that's like plays in the background sometimes when I make decisions is like, is this going to harm anybody? No, okay, I'm doing it,
Do it. I
Exactly.
like that mindset. Yeah.
Exactly. Because it takes out, I haven't fully introduced social media to my new coven herd member, but I did it kind of behind the scenes and to a degree secretively. I just told people little snippets, but it's a great example of the fact that like if I had shared this journey of bringing home this other dog with some people, they would have projected their own ideas on, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do that. That's a whole lot of work. She's too young, yada yada. I mean, the list will go on of everyone, and basically they're projecting their own ideas of if they were to bring a dog home, how they would feel, and they're projecting that back to you.
You
And
put
I didn't want any,
yourself out of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to have any of that, right? So I was like, is this going to do any harm to anyone? Is this the right thing for me to do? Yes, it is. And I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Not asking permission from anybody but myself. And I think for me, to a degree, that's where some of my like diving into Trinot comes from
Yeah.
is slowly like not caring what anyone else is saying. If
Yeah.
I'm partnering with it, it feels good to me, and so I'm going to do it. And frankly, you don't have to ask other people's permission
Yeah.
to do something like this. If it feels right for you and it's a full body yes, then dive head first and go for it. And I think that can apply to a variety of areas in your life: changing jobs, moving, changing your outfit, changing your hair, like
All the things.
all the things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to say there's times where it's like I'm unclear and I'm confused about things. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I still have no idea how to ask somebody if they want to join as an associate. No idea. How do I even, like, it's like I can envision how that conversation feels, but
Mm.
the words are lost, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's still very kinetic, creating a sense of familiarity in your body to go, hey, I don't know what that is yet. But
Mm-hmm.
also, if I can feel into, if you're more of a feeler, I can
Mm-hmm.
feel into how I would like that conversation to feel. You know,
Yeah.
I feel scared. I don't feel constricted. I'm not in a cloud of shame. You
Yeah.
know, there's a lot like even build up to that and like sitting in confusion and being able to go, all right, I'm feeling confused, and can I create some space? Like this is, I'm mostly talking myself through this at this point. I'm like, oh, I need to try that. And like, oh, okay, this is how I would like to be in confusion. That's fine. That's great. Part of the process. But that's what I always say to like when I'm training the horses, especially with the Mustangs. It's like your comfort zone's here.
Yeah.
It's not safe for you yet to go outside of it. I'm not going to fucking traumatize you more by doing
Yeah.
that. So we're going to be here, but we might just stretch a little bit. Where's
Yeah.
some inside your comfort zone that you know how to do, but
Mm-hmm.
we're just going to take it and we're going to, change perspective. We're going to turn it 90 degrees. We're going to look at it a little bit differently, and so that's like none for myself. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going to do like later today.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and something that just came to me is, confusion allows us to ask questions.
Yeah.
It almost forces us to ask questions. And the more questions you ask, I think the more you can uncover and go deeper
Yeah.
with it. So let me ask, you talked about your closet. How do you feel about your closet now?
Well, now I'm almost like I still feel comfortable, but I'm like, can I decorate it? Can I like decorate my closet? Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna decorate it a little bit rather than it being a void, which I love voids. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe it needs some like color on the walls. Maybe it needs a little bit of this. But though it's really funny because as you were talking, I did this real draft the other day of my horses and I being all cute and sweetly, and I captioned it channel because all like everything you ever read of mine is channeled in reciprocity, either for myself or my soul or one of the animals said it and wanted me to share it. And I don't share things if I don't resonate with it or if I can't come up, have something drop
Yep.
in. Nothing dropped in, but the reel's great and ready to go, and she is. And I was like, oh, okay. And so the channel's starting to drop in, which is even if at this point within my comfort zone of some stretch, I can at least share part of my story and my experience.
Yeah.
And I'm a Sagittarius North Node. I've got like a four, houses in or four planets in Sagittarius. Like I'm a
Woo!
storyteller.
We got a
It's
lot
called
of fire going on between us.
it.
Lots of
Yeah.
fire.
Also Leo rising, my dear. So got a lot of that. And I was like, yeah, like go ahead and I've actually been really kind of like trying to be aware of like kind of starting to live more of a Sagittarius North Node.
Mm.
And like even if it's like, but I'm comfortable telling my story. I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable at the point telling my story because I still am actually a very private person for the most part, I feel like, and stuff, and don't always like to share a lot of what's actually going on. But like when I'm ready, I'm like, oh no, that can come forward, that can share.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all like, oh, I can sit in my closet and share this like really beautiful, just like perspective that I have
Yeah.
on like working with and doing it in honor, one of myself first and foremost because of the yes that I received from it, but also this is like for the greater evolution of my
Yeah.
family, which is these horses are my family. They're a part of my coven. They mean the world to me.
Yeah.
But if this is a space that I can hold as the human guardian and provider, and
Yeah.
go
Yes.
like that's
Well,
me.
it's quite accurate. I wanted to bring this back. You made a comment that this is something that you can do in a way without the direct input of your horses. And I think that was important and a little overshadowed comment that I want to bring back up because, our horses can get energetically tired as well. If we are constantly pulling from them for our business, which a lot of them, like yourself and like myself, they all come to us because of reason. They have magic and medicine to share and they want to be here. But just like us, they can get tired too. And I think that this is beautiful component that they can support you in the background, pop in and out with, but like they don't have to be directly involved. So we're not constantly pulling from a pool of energy that's going to get tired.
Yeah. Just gives us like, some healthy detachment of like, hey, I'm going to go, and not that they're not a part of it if they don't want to be, but it's also like, guys, I'm going to go to not time. Like, I'll, be over here. But that's also, in its own, like, then I can approach them from their zone of genius, which is something that I really rely on, especially with the horses and the hunt. Like, I like the prey and I like the predator. And when I am experiencing something that I've asked if anyone's available, may I receive some insight on and share with, and reciprocity is, I don't go to the horses for my predator problems and I don't go to the dogs for my prey problems. But that doesn't mean that like I've got this beautiful space of Trinot to go, hey, dogs and horses, like this is a space that I can provide for us all.
Yeah.
That you just get to rest in the in the glow of that.
Yes. Yes.
Without being directly in the thick of it, and just to like take that off their plate in a really beautiful way, like enhance my plate.
Yeah.
But it is something just for me. Like I'm not gonna give those supplements to the dogs or the horses. Yeah. Does part of me also though catch in the mindset though of like, oh, but I like to, order from places where I can like share, stuff. But I'm like, but also though, like if I'm stepping into a space of luxury, it's not that like these that are quote unquote just for me, creating a limitation of human there though.
Yeah.
It actually expands me to be more available to them because I'm more resourced, because my adrenals are healthier, because I'm getting better, because of whatever supplements I'm taking that I have more energy and pep and zest and all that jazz. But yeah, so I'm glad you brought that comment back up because that's huge for horse people. Like we're always looking for other income to try to like, well, how can I kill or how can I feed two birds with one stone? Well, how about I feed them with one scone? Not a scone, but be very aware that they're still, but they're different perspectives.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's in my experience in the horse world, it is kind of hard to present them with things because it's very clicky. So clicky. But it's that notion of like they kind of forget that their health plays a factor. And it's quite interesting to me to sit back and observe the disconnect horse people have. And I don't see it quite as much in, dog or cat owners necessarily, but horse people, like, don't blink an eye about dropping money for this $80 supplement for their horse that they have to buy every 3 weeks that may or may not quite do anything because half of it's filler, right? So that's like a whole nother topic in and of itself. But God forbid they go to the grocery store and buy mostly from the outer aisle. God forbid that they take supplements that are nature based, super clean.
Actually bioavailable.
Actually bioavailable, which is super important. And like, I don't know, maybe actually show up not having to be 3 coffees deep caffeinated just to ride their horse for a show. Maybe actually truly have the full energy to do that 3-day competition. Not to mention you taking these supplements not only benefits you, but inversely benefits your horse by that energetic exchange, but you can also make money from it, which can then further fund you Obsession.
Yeah. Yeah. My mare Kiara is here, and she's a Mustang, and she always like shows me like herd dynamics. An unhealthy horse isn't part of the herd.
Yeah.
Trying to have a relationship with your horse, and you're unhealthy, but giving everything to your horse literally doesn't understand that dynamic. On a biological, psychological, physiological level, your horse has no idea what the fuck's going on because they're like,
Yeah.
"You're a sick horse.
Yeah.
Get away from me."
Yeah.
But you're here and you're asking me to do all of these things at top peak
Mm-hmm.
performance. It doesn't make sense. And then they're all on top of that having to carry you
Yeah.
rather than be with you because
Yes.
they're down here. And when I first got her and I first started working with her, I was still going through some of my health stuff as it was balancing out. And I went up to her one day and she like kind of came right in my head with some communication and she goes, "I can smell your inflammation. Like get
Oh.
She went, "Do not come back here until you are healthy."
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." And so yeah, when we are negating our own needs as the human
Yeah.
to better the lives of our horses, we're not actually doing that. We're sugarcoating. We're
Mm-hmm.
painting a pretty picture.
Which
We are
you love to do.
soothing ourselves. Oh, we love painting pictures. We should definitely do that sometime. But what are we painting with?
You're right.
What are we painting with?
Are we
You
painting
know, we're
with reality and truth or illusion?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's something like I think that's a space in my closet that I'll sit with and go, okay, like I've been asking my horse, like that's something that I would ask my horses to come share on. Like, hey guys, what's a way that I could language this that's receptive, digestible to a community that of people that might be a little scared to hear what like we have to say about
Yeah.
this. Was also too, how normal do we make that? Like, how many memes are there out there? Like, I just saw one the other day, and the gal was like brushing her Mustang's tail and like its coat, and she was just going through his schedule for the week that had to have included at least $3,000 worth of body work, equine work, supplement work, et cetera, hoof
Yeah.
care, all the things. And she looked like hell. And then, like, at the camera, whoever she was like talking to said something about like, "Oh, when was the last time you got a good night's sleep?" And she goes, "Oh, that doesn't matter." And we do
Uh.
normal, and we
Yeah.
make it funny. But the horses don't think it's funny that we're unhealthy.
No, they don't.
They
They
don't.
quite like to tell us that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
oh man, God, yeah. Like, I don't even know.
I know, right?
I'm just like,
Emote.
sometimes I don't understand how people can be so disconnected at times. Like sometimes I have a hard time digesting that.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Um,
hard with in a and it's not the whole picture. It's not fixed by any means, but there also is
yeah,
the awareness of like that's part of the community that I exist in.
yeah,
By default of having horses and being a guardian to them,
yeah,
and so there's that shared paradigm in there. And so when we're in this beautiful space of creation, abundance, health, harmony for both horse and human, and you go to share something, even authentically from the heart, from the soul, from you and the horse in, collaborative content creation, that paradigm comes up. And it's hard to not feel confused
yeah,
or get defensive or get slightly passive aggressive
yeah,
or, and does it mean that it's not authentic? Excuse me, passive aggression can be very authentic. It can feel really, aggression can be super authentic, but still being able to come inward though and go true authenticity,
yeah,
true desire of what is wanting to be shared through my direct
yeah,
channel, through the
yeah,
horse direct
yeah.
channel. Isn't that what we want to do? We want to, if we're all going, oh, the horse world needs to change, doesn't that mean the humans are the ones that have to go about making these changes?
Yes.
And it will start with us, not just us giving our horses more.
Right. Yeah, we are a huge component in everything. I mean, we make the decisions about what comes home. we make the
Yep.
decision about how the thing goes. I mean, the simple decision to also not educate yourself on equine body language and not like acknowledging their yeses and their nos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that in of itself is a huge step. And
Yeah.
it's a big, I think it's a big feat for people to wake up on that. And I always struggle too with, you know, I'm a projector, I'm a Leo sun and a Leo moon with an Aries rising. I told you there's a lot of fire going on.
Oh, what a combo.
I equate myself to a walking wildfire. And that is often, I am often presented with people who I've learned to like laugh a little bit at it, just like to make it funny a little bit. But the people who get real offensive at me, like such huge offense at just my sheer existence, I'm like, I got you. I see you. I know what's happening. But I also resonate or ponder, like, you know, just as you were saying, how do I present this stuff so it's digestible, but at the same time, how digestible do I really have to make it? Because I think to a degree it has to be somewhat more undigestible than digestible in order to sway the needle. You almost need to piss some people off a little bit and be okay with that.
And I mean in the sense of like they'll actually read it and be challenged by it,
Yeah,
but still receive and not just go nope. Like I don't want to. I'm happy to like trigger people.
Yeah,
but I don't want to like punch people in the face. That's what I mean by digestible.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for clarity for anyone watching, like we don't mean go verbally punching people.
We're not placating. We're not placating. We're challenging, asking you to look and maybe challenge yourself and ask some deep questions.
Yeah.
But I also want you to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, get that. But I now have to look at it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which again, I go back to like my beautiful void closet. It's like, oh, there's a lot of things I need to look at. You know, in the clouds of shame, in, you know, why won't I let myself come out of the closet? Who do I still, or why in some regard am I still caring what people think of me and allowing that to keep me in the closet?
Yeah.
You know,
and again,
and stuff. And not
that
really
comes back to our confusion allows us to ask these questions, but then helps us. Yeah.
Yeah. Get the places where we want to go.
Yes. I like it. Yeah. I think finding, I think back to our topic a little bit, you know, that lack of clarity and having confusion and adding this sort of type of business into our lives and being, I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing to have a full-bodied yes and not have clarity and not be fully be slightly confused about how to step forward. Because I think, like we've said multiple times, it allows us to ask questions. And within the questions, we find answers and we uncover layers that we need to address. It's not for the faint of heart, for sure, but
get really curious on how it like perceives and experiences for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like, here's what to do and how you do it. It's like, hey, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You absolutely don't.
Yeah.
But you still can interact with that wheel the way that you'd like to. And the way that feels safe and comfortable for you when you're ready.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That wheel's not shoved down our throats.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Being able to interact with that wheel how you want and when you're ready.
Yeah.
I think that's important. Yeah. Do you feel good?
Yeah.
Good?
I do. I feel very good. How about you?
I feel like we're coming to completion.
I think so too. Yeah, we touched on. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I wanted to offer you the opportunity to talk about your class tomorrow as well. If you want to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So if anyone listening now or before tomorrow at 11 a.m. Standard Time, I am hosting the first of a series of wing ceremonies, like our wings, beautiful wings on our back. Our wings are part of our energetic body. And as more of us start to step into the realm of self-reflection, introspection, healing, spirituality, et cetera, you're going to start coming in contact with your energy body. You already do on a daily basis, but now you're aware of it. And if you offer yourself a space to become aware of your wings, it gives you an immense and incredible opportunity to, one, begin to interact and engage with your own sovereign, authentic power, imagination, creativity, what else did I not say? Other basically synonym, in a way that you had not yet seen. Because you're not going to fly them on day one. Like, if you've never seen your wings or strengthened them or understand where they've been and how now, you can't. Or you can, but it's not sustainable. And that's a big pillar of my work is foundations, sustainability of energetic experience. That's, like quantum healing, it can happen really fast, timeline jumps. Yeah, but is it sustainable? That's always my question of curiosity, but is it sustainable? Is your whole body, your whole essence ready for this? And that's why I'm offering people an opportunity to meet their wings first. I want people to timeline jump. I want this, all to be heading on to the new earth, super sovereign, ready, set to go. I want people being able to say yes to themselves, no to themselves, in a really empowered space of, because I know what I want. Yeah. And even I know, though, is also, know is a complete sentence, but so is I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite phrases. I don't know is too.
But
right? It's like talking about confusion. I don't know. That's a complete by meeting your wings, that's a space of foundation and a step towards sustainable soul body synchronicity and deepening that relationship.
Oh, so, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
I don't think I really realized or asked the questions or aware that we actually had wings, super aware of my energetic body.
Yeah.
Super aware of that stuff, but just wings, cool. Yay.
Right? Well, it's one of those things where if you're not looking for them, they don't always present themselves. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they're like, no, honey, you're ready for this. But sometimes, though, it's like, sometimes they need showing because throughout our lived experience, we either support or suppress our wings. 99.99% of the human population has had their wings suppressed.
Oh, yeah.
And so we literally, even subconsciously, will forget they exist. Even in doing chakra work, in all your other energy body work, you probably won't see them because you literally have been led to believe that you do not have them.
Yeah.
But we do. They're actually a part of the greater framework of our heart chakra. They're on us. They're a part of us. And also just like for other fun, like, subconscious work of how many times have you ever heard and or said, oh, I'll take you under my wing. I would say like, oh, I wish I could fly. What was some of the other phrases I thought of the other day? Just any phrases that we humans say about wings that literally land with the truth that we have them. Those are like Freudian slips of our wings trying to say, hello, I'm back here, come see me. But fortunately, not unfortunately, they are incredibly energetically unwell because of that suppression. And so that's what we're doing tomorrow. We're honoring that. We're honoring our journey as long as we've had it, where we've been, where we are in our lives, and going, it's okay to see them. It's okay to be broken. It's okay to see them bound, chained, bloody, broken, rusted and encrusted maybe. It's really okay and safe to see that because once you see it, then you can initiate healing for it.
Amen. Yes. Yes, I like it. So is this the first of like a few classes, I take it?
Yep. So we're going to see your wings and we will begin to heal them and then we'll receive them and then eventually we will spread them.
Right.
And if you come to the first one, you'll pay the initial price, but then if you do decide to come to others, you'll get a discount for them. And it might even evolve into something called a wing club. I haven't decided. Where we do like monthly wing tending. I mean, the same way you do self Reiki or self massage, like I tend to my wings. It's like an energy practice that I have to tend to my wings.
Yeah.
They're part of my energy body. And again, as the new earth is more rooted in love, like literally on like a love frequency, your wings are part of your heart chakra where your love frequency lives. If I want a really strong heart chakra, I need to have strong wings. The stronger heart chakra, the stronger my wings, the more easily and sustainably I can interact with the new earth.
Yes. I like it. Okay. That's exciting. So today's December 21st. Tomorrow's December 22nd. It's tomorrow, December 22nd at 11. I think it's 11 my time.
11 my time. My time, noon your time.
Noon my time.
Yeah. It will be recorded. Mountains. 11 a.m. Mountain Standard. It'll be recorded for those of you that maybe want to come but can't be there live. That's okay. The recording will be sent out and saved.
Lovely. And I'll tag you too in this post to make sure it's linked there, because everybody, if you want to sign up, you have to go to your profile.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me share on that a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for coming on and joining. That was a thoughtful conversation.
That was. We had a really lovely, we kind of did some nice, what's in the confusion? What's in the space?
And no shocker, the horses came into it.
Of course. Which I love. Answers, you nailed it.
All right. Well, I would love to do this again with you sometime. But in the meantime, everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy the winter solstice. I hope to see everybody at her class tomorrow. So,
All right. Goodbye. Thank you, Courtney.
You're welcome. Bye.